Joshua Radin is an American singer-songwriter. He has recorded 6 studio albums, and his songs have been used in numerous films and TV series. His latest album, Onward and Sideways, was released in 2015. Beginnings: Joshua Radin was born and raised in Shaker Heights, Ohio, to a Jewish family of Polish, German, Austrian, and Russian background. He studied drawing and painting at Northwestern University, following his college years with stints as an art teacher, screenwriter, and art gallery employee. Radin turned to music when he moved to New York City. His father bought him a guitar, and he taught himself to play and write music. In 2004, American actor Zach Braff introduced Radin's first composition, Winter to Scrubs show creator, Bill Lawrence, who ultimately used several of Radin's songs in various scenes of the hit television series. Musical career: according to Radin, his musical career started in 2004, and he had learned to play the guitar only 2 years before that. His first song, Winter, appeared on his debut album We Were Here. Since that time, Radin has been touring the United States, as well as much of the United Kingdom and Europe. Over the course of his career, Radin has shared stages with artists such as Sheryl Crow, Tori Amos, Imogen Heap, Myko, Missy Higgins, Maria Taylor, Gary Jules, Amber Rubath, Skylar Fisk, The Script and many more. In addition to his American following, Radin has enjoyed success with his 2008 release, Simple Times in the United Kingdom. His song I'd Rather Be With You reached number 11 on the UK singles chart and number 2 on the US top digital chart. We Were Here. Radin has said that much of the album was inspired by a bad breakup. It was released exclusively to iTunes for a month, before attracting attention from major labels. Released on Columbia Records in May 2006, We Were Here presented the first batch of songs Radin ever wrote. The album drew critical acclaim and received a 4-star review from Rolling Stone, who praised it for Radin's whispery, silver bell voice, and its themes, calling them poignant and refreshingly frank. The record hit number 1 on the iTunes folk album chart and included a number of well-known musicians, including Ryan Adams, who played guitar on the song Lovely Tonight. Zach Braff handpicked one of the tracks to be featured on the soundtrack for The Last Kiss. Radin played the song Today from the album, along with 5 other songs, for Ellen DeGeneres and Portia de Rossi at their August 16, 2008, wedding. Simple Times Radin's second album, Simple Times, went straight to number 1 on the iTunes overall chart upon its release. Radin enlisted highly regarded producer Rob Schnapf. The two spent 7 weeks recording at LA's legendary Sunset Sound studio, working with a cast of musicians that included guitarist Greg Lees, bassist Johnny Flaffer, keyboardist Jason Borger, drummer Victor Indrizzo and percussionist Lenny Castro. Among the album's many highlights are You Got Growing Up to Do, featuring guest vocalist Patty Griffin, lead single I'd Rather Be With You, and Brand New Day. Tracks from the album were featured on TV shows such as Bones, Scrubs, House, Grey's Anatomy, One Tree Hill, Life Unexpected, 90,210, Brothers and Sisters, American Idol and Australian hit series Packed to the Rafters, among others. Radin's Simple Times was released on Mum Plus Pop Music. The Rock and the Tide Radin's third studio album, The Rock and the Tide, was released on October 12, 2010 on Mum Plus Pop Music, his second release with the label. The album reached number 5 on the iTunes albums chart upon its release. The Rock and the Tide was produced by Martin Tarif. A later EP released in 2011 used 6 of the album's tracks recorded in an acoustic session. Underwater On September 4, 2012, Radin released his 4th studio album, Underwater. The album was Radin's third release with Mum Plus Pop Music. Radin wrote songs with Janet Devlin in the autumn of 2012 for her debut album. Waxwings Joshua Radin's 5th studio album Waxwings was released May 7, 2013. Waxwings, a self-released album, has 11 tracks. Included on the album is the song Lovely Tonight, which had been previously released on iTunes as a single. The tracks In Her Eyes, and Stay were produced by Matt Noveski. Onward and Sideways Joshua Radin's released a sixth studio album on January 6, 2015. The album consisted on 13 tracks, one of which was a re-release of the Wax Wings track Beautiful Day recorded with Sheryl Crow. Philanthropy. Radin has been involved with Little Kids Rock, a national non-profit that provides music education to schools without music programs. Radin visited schools in 6 cities during his 2011 tour in support of the Rock and the Tide to give guitar lessons on the song Brand New Day, and brought some of the students on stage at his concerts to perform the song with him. He did so again in 2015 for his song Beautiful Day. Television and movies. Radin's songs have been used on television series such as Scrubs, Grey's Anatomy, Brothers and Sisters, American Idol, Cougar Town, One Tree Hill, House MD, among others. Radin also made a cameo appearance in Cougar Town Euro's fourth season finale. As of September 2010, he had amassed more than 75 film and television placements of his songs. Discography. Studio albums singles EPs First Between Third and Fourth, Live Session, Unclear Sky, Simple Times a bonus material EP, Songs Under a Streetlight EP, The Rock and the Tide EP. Compilation appearances His Way, Our Way. References. External links, official website, Joshua Radin unregistered trademark official blog, Joshua Radin on MySpace, review of One of Those Days at Daily Music Guide, Joshua Radin at the Internet Movie Database, video links, Joshua Radin Winter, and other songs.